coffee. Hey, let's do this. We're going to talk today. Let's do that one over again. Hold on. All right, everyone, Economic Ninja here. We're going to talk today about gold and Bitcoin versus stocks and tariffs right now. This is really exciting because it's just happened. We have seen now a complete divergence today of stocks versus gold and Bitcoin. Bitcoin is moving farther and farther away from parity with the stock market, or working in conjunction. When the stocks are up, Bitcoin's up, Bitcoin's down, stocks are down, that kind of stuff. This is a big deal because we just saw this 90-day pause. Let me ask you a question. Type 1 if you're relieved, like you've got this feeling of relief that everything's over. The whole China and Trump, there's a pause, everything feels good. Type 2 if you're like, no, we're not out of the woods. I'm just curious what you think, because right now the news is all over. Today, right now, Dow Jones is up almost 3%, up 1,160 points. But this is what's really important, and I really want you to understand this. I'm so excited about this. I'm not joking. I cannot hold my, okay, crypto's down. Why am I excited about this? This is why. Crypto is down 2%. It was actually down almost 3%. Bitcoin was down like 99,000 and change, and it bounced back up off resistance. And speaking of resistance, if you want to learn how to do the whole thing me and Dylan are doing with the crypto, build your own crypto, no joke, you're a crypto AI advisor, like, when to buy a crypto, how much to buy, how much to sell, when to sell, all that stuff. Links down below, okay? And I am giving away that free to everyone all at the same time. No DeFi students. It's the whole world gets the next trade call for free, like I did in December and January. I know it sounds funny. It's already like down 8% from when I bought it. I want it to go down a little bit more because I don't want to mess with the chart, and I want you guys to be able to get it cheaper than me. I know it sounds funny, but I can afford it. I can take the hit. And trust me, I know what happens when all you guys run into something, which I really hope you stop running into a stock and pumping it up without doing due diligence. But I'm just showing you what I invest in. I'm not giving you advice. Okay. So if you want that, sign up for the X account, links down below, sign up for the free newsletter, and then I'm going to blast that out all at once. All right. So make sure you get the timely information. All right. So right now, Bitcoin is down almost 3%, or it was down almost 3%. Gold, at the time that I looked a second ago, it's still down 3%, right? But stocks are up almost 3%. How is this happening? It's because this tariff convergence is affecting stocks, and today is the sell the safety, right? Oh, you don't need any more safety. You don't need any gold. You don't need crypto. You don't need any inflation hedges or non-correlating assets that are tied to the stock market. Just sell them, all right? Now I'm going to tell you what I think. I wouldn't touch stocks with a 10-foot pole right now, but that's just me. I do have stocks. I got a pretty good size portfolio. If I had to guess, as a percentage, my stocks versus crypto, it's smaller than the crypto because crypto's exploding in price. It's probably the same size as my silver. Maybe not. My point being is that I try and keep these things pretty balanced, but I'm wanting to sort of push stocks to the downside right now. Like, I don't want to hold on to a bunch of stocks because I'm afraid of like a bigger turn down this fall, right? So one thing you have to watch is that bonds, and I want to get into what China's saying, because China's straight up taking a victory lap, saying that they bullied Trump. That's not going to go over well. The 10-year bond right now is up 0.1%. So it's almost at 4.5%. So as of right now, mortgages keep getting more expensive. So what's that going to do to the real estate? It's going to exacerbate the problem, right? It's going to put less buyers out there willing to pay that much for a house plus the added amount for the mortgage. It's going to put more strain at a perfect time. This is like coming together perfectly. If you're ready to buy a house, but you're excitedly patient right now to wait for this crash to get even bigger than it already is, type 10. Just let me know that you're like, I can't wait to go buy my dream house, because I'm going to be buying them with you. All right. So here's the big story that I thought was interesting, right? China sees U.S. trade deal as a huge win for Beijing. This is out of CNBC. It says China is casting the trade agreement with the United States as a victory. I don't think this is a victory. China's not really in a spot to negotiate. says after 2 days of negotiations with U.S. officials in Switzerland, the Chinese got the Trump administration to roll back its 145% tariffs, which had all but halted bilateral trade. Now, remember, we've talked about this before. In good negotiations, you come out strong. You ask for everything, and you know you're not going to get it, but you're going to settle on something lower, right? And you just come out really hard and fighting. You get people going nuts and pissed off. And then you sort of back off and go, and then your enemy goes, oh, that was nice, and it's like, come back to the negotiation table. I don't think in any way Trump is going to allow China to not have the same tariffs as we have with them. Like it's just going to be equal. And I cannot get over like this prescription drug thing that he's signing to make America, favored nation status, where, hey, you're not going to be able to charge the same to the lowest country as America. So now America is going to be charged the same for prescription drugs as the lowest country on earth. I think that's epic. Guys, type Trump if you think that's freaking awesome. Even if you didn't vote for him, but you still think, I like cheaper ivermectin. Sorry. Oh man, the algo. Yeah, it's pissed now. Just so you guys know, I'm in that doom loop. It's okay. I'll get out of it. Where the algo doesn't want to share and it's taking away subscribers every day. So, all right. So my thing is what we want to watch is, this is just a sell the news now event, right? Oh, the China thing's over. It's actually not. And this 90-day pause can be flipped on its head any second. Well, what I find interesting is, I think it was last Friday, Trump put out a tweet that type yes if you saw this tweet, where he said something like buy stocks now. That's all the tweet said. It was like buy stocks now. Type yes if you remember seeing that. And it's interesting because this is very similar to when Eric Trump came out and said buy the dip. And he hit it right at like 2 days prior to them making a massive announcement about crypto that sent crypto flying. And influencers, the Trumps, even myself, know what is said is very powerful, very important, and it carries a lot of weight, and it comes with great responsibility. And you're seeing them tell you the plays right away. They're literally Wayne Gretzky. That's what they're expecting you and I to be like. Remember what Wayne Gretzky said when he was asked, man, how do you do it? How do you always make these plays? He goes, because everyone's skating to where the puck is. I want to skate to where the puck is going to be, where it's headed. And it's the same thing with investments. We have a lot of people that are super angry out there that don't understand why Ninja Nation is crushing it. Type Ninja Nation if you are crushing it, since you've been watching the channel. This is not like for my benefit. I'm not joking. It's for other people that are watching these videos that have just came on and go, who's this dork in his car doing a video? Trying to encourage people to become wealthy all around the world. If you're crushing it, type Ninja Nation. The reason why I say that is because we are skating to where the financial puck is going. We were buying gold when it was $1,600, $1,500. We were buying Bitcoin on this channel when it started at 3,200. Okay. We were buying XRP at like 19 cents. This is the first XRP videos I did, saying, hey, look, I own this. I'd look into it, always treading that line of not wanting to give financial advice, but here's the truth. And I used to tell this to my firefighters, look, I'm a very successful person financially. I've owned a lot of businesses. I've read a crap ton of books. I've paid for a lot of coffees and dinners and lunches from wealthy people. I've no joke, I've cleaned some wealthy people's houses just to get them to sit down and show me things. I've went through the school of hard knocks. I couldn't make it through high school, failed out, and I crushed it, right? Regardless. And so but I can't give anyone financial advice. I didn't take that 80-hour or whatever, 120-hour course so that the government can sign me off so I could just tell you what to do with your money, even though if I couldn't pay my own bill. The system's totally screwed up. It's totally whacked. Well, my point being is that, we were buying these assets knowing that inflation was going to get worse. Now, there's something coming in real estate that really scares the piss out of me, and I want to be really real with you right now. And gosh darn, if anyone wants to clip this and get this in front of Donald Trump, Eric Trump, I know some of them watch the channel, and I know I'm not joking. It scares the piss out of me. I hope that Ben Bernanke. Oh my gosh, come on, Ninja, get into the current decade. Who is Jerome Powell? I really hope Jerome Powell stands up to the Trumps and does not raise interest rates. He's going to cause a hyperinflation in housing, and he's going to cause a hyperinflation in automobiles and anything tied to debt. It's going to get very scary because we haven't seen enough Americans lose their credit score, and we need to. See, your credit score could also be attached to your IQ. I bet there's a handful of people just pissed off right now. Because even though this stuff wasn't taught in school, right? You know what's not taught in school either? Hey, don't put your hand on that. It's hot. And how many people just go, oh, I'm going to find out. And they go burn themselves, right? It's called natural selection. As a firefighter, I witness this all the time. If you're an emergency first responder, can you guys do me a favor and say yes? Or no, just put yep so I know that who you are. Because my thing is you know what natural selection is. There are some pretty dumb people out there, and no matter give them education or not, they should know better, right? And with financial education, there's not enough to get people out of the greed mode and borrowing more than they can sustain, not keeping money on the side and handling their debt responsibly. And there's not enough of them that have lost their credit score yet, that are completely embroiled, like overloaded in debt. And if you lower the Fed funds rate, which will eternally end up bringing down bond rates and things like that, you're not going to let this thing settle out naturally. And this is manipulation that will cause, like 3 or 4 years, you'll see like a prosperity, but it's actually going to cause a hyperinflation too. And that's not what you want. So please, Mr. Trump, let's start educating the American public on why interest rates have to stay the same for at least another 6 months to a year, maybe even a year and a half, and let this settle out. Check this out. Real Estate Rescue Podcast. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, love what you're doing. I just bought a house subject to and using profits from XCN, thanks to your course, saved it from foreclosure through creative financing. Holy cow, you have got a lot going on. Sub 2 deals are extremely interesting. I think a lot of people are going to get burned, but so just make sure all your ducks are in a row. But that's really cool. I love watching people do creative financing and stretching their bounds and getting a lot accomplished with a little, right? And that's something I see too. Like right now, you're going to probably see the stock market rally. And I even said it this morning on the video. I don't know if anyone watched the video today. I said, I expect Bitcoin to come down into the high 90s. It could dip down to 98, 99. I didn't know it was going to happen, a couple hours later, but dang it. Holy cow, stand by. Watch this. Real Estate Rescue Podcast has done 72 sub 2s. That is awesome. Are you listening to Pace Mosby? Moresby? I'm just curious where you're getting your info from. That's cool. So, all right. My point being is nobody's saying anything about my haircut. Okay. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Gosh, dang it. These super chats throw me off. Don't give me super chats, anyone. I don't need, little tip. Remember, I don't need the money. I appreciate it. It's very nice, but it throws me off. And the only reason I have it enabled is because YouTube will not share my videos if I have that disabled, and comments and monetization. I've tried to take monetization away. They don't share the videos because they get half the revenue. So they don't want to share my videos. They'll share someone else's. So that's the only reason that stuff's there. And remember, there's mostly scammers that want to steal from you down in the comment section. So just say, screw you, scammer. I'm never going to invest your money for you. All right. Crap. This is what happens when you go live. See, all the fancy people on YouTube that sit there and they're all prim and polished and they're using moisturizer and the perfect lighting. And then they have editors that make them look like rock stars. I've spoke with a lot of those people in real life, and they don't know the thought in my mind, the phrase in my mind. Can you guys guess what I'm thinking? They don't know. And then finish my sentence right now. I know what my dad would say. Something including Shinola. But my point being is that when you go live, some of this crap escapes you. I hope someday, like, somebody very intelligent can interview me. I know it sounds funny. I'm going to tell you a little secret. No, I can't tell you that secret. Should I tell them a secret? I have a God-given ability to retain information. And the Lord showed me one day when he was giving me knowledge. I'm not joking. This is a true story. And the cool thing is I'm not going to cry this time about it. I said, Lord, what is all this for? And he said, when they ask you, it will come out. And it's happened a couple times. And I'm like, I didn't even know that stuff. And so I'm always like begging people to interview me. I can't find somebody, I know it sounds sad, but like somebody to ask really good questions to pull some of this stuff out of me. That was the weirdest admission ever. All right, here's another thing. So I talked about it again. I'm going to talk about it one more time. Last night I put out a tweet, and I'm going to tell you guys, be a little more blunt honest. I hate meme coins. I think meme coins are the dumbest thing ever. You guys, do you agree? Or type, you've heard me say this before. Well, last night I bought a meme coin. It's the second meme coin I've ever bought. And I wanted to prove a point. And so I went on to X, and the link's down below. Go check out my X post. I put on a picture of Toshi, I don't even know what the heck it is. Blue, fuzzy, purple bear. I don't know what it is. Hedgehog. And Toshi had been running. It was already up 100%. On the day, it was up like 35%. So I went and checked with our new AI trading. I don't even know what to call it. We built this bot thing that helps us, when to buy, when to sell, all that stuff. It does everything for us, right? Except for we put in the trade. And it said, hey, this thing's got like another 25-35% run on it. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put my money on the line. And I didn't say I bought it. I just put out a tweet and said, it looks like Toshi's gonna make a move similar. And I called an exact day in January of 2025. In the chart, I saw this. And I know I don't have a fancy chart court channel, and I show you charts and show you lines and squigglies and draw happy faces and emojis on them. But I do this at home. And so I don't need to show you my chart. I'm not a shower when it comes to charts. I'm just a doer, when it comes to charts. And so I put out this post, and I went and bought a ton of it, knowing that I was going to exit within 24 hours. And the morning I woke up to a bunch of angry tweets, but also, you'll never, saying I'd never buy meme coins. And gosh darn, I made 30%. And then what I did is I posted on X, and you could see what our AI bot's doing, giving us all this information of when to buy, when to sell, all this stuff, all the different indicators, MACD, RSI, volume. It's incredible what it's doing. I'm still blown away with how awesome this tool is. And I posted it the next morning. And I posted it in time, so if anybody has my X channel and they have the notifications on, it showed, oh, you bought Toshi last night. Hey, just your first resistance point is you're right about to touch it. We were within about 15 minutes. And so I said, all right, here's all the information, and I watched people comment like, dude, I just made like 35-40% on your call. Thank you. And my thing is I would never invest in a meme coin for long term. But I understand a tulip phase. And if there's a tulip mania, just like there was in cars, and I bought a Porsche and it crushed it on the money. I'm going to reveal that. I'm going to show you guys that car, I think Saturday, on a video and tell you how I did it. But, when there's a mania in baseball cards, I've always bought into the mania and sold into the mania before the mania crashed. So why wouldn't I do that with meme coins? And so I was pretty stoked to make, I don't remember how much. I made, how much did I make? I made $50,000 on that trade. And my thing is I want to see other people move in and move out and be nimble. That's how you become successful. All the people are like, diamond hands. You guys know how much I can't stand that phrase. I cannot stand it. Alexis, I will interview you on my channel live. I'm a licensed financial advisor, and you told me to start a channel. I did it. Ah, crap. Well, she just called me out. All right. Well, I can't say no. You gave me $100. I don't need the money. But thank you. I will buy lots of coffee. Jacked up. All right, Alexis, you got my email, right? Just type yes if you got my email, and then email me and we'll do it. That'll be awesome. I love live interviews too. I want live interviews. I hate like edited stuff, because even the people interviewing you, they're like that fake. They cut crap out of themselves. Yeah, I'm not. I know who talks about diamond hands. I'm not gonna say anything bad. All right, so did you make money on Toshi last night? Just curious, because yeah, I do some cryptic stuff, but just I will never tell anyone, hey, look, this is what I'm invested in, unless I'm legitimately invested and I've got what I feel is more money involved than anyone in the planet. I know it sounds crazy and cocky, but it's really true. Sort of true. It's true-ish, because you can't be like top 10 all the time. You can be like top 100. XRP, the closest I could ever get was the top 500. Not even gonna talk about that. And then, yeah, you got all these people at XRP judging you. Jeez, oh, got like 500 bucks in XRP. All right, so Ninja's had a little bit too much coffee. I think I'm just gonna go. But there was one other thing I want to tell you. It was super, super important. Check out those links. Okay, this is so important. It's gonna change your lives. Okay, check both those links. Sign up to the thing before the call. Don't dive in. But I want to see if everyone makes a lot of money. And then there was, what else were we doing?